First and foremost, the greatest expression of a human being is the ability to create. And I emphasize this. The greatest ability of a human being is the ability to create. So creativity is not something we suck out of our thumbs. It's not something that is taught in school. It's something that is bestowed upon us from birth. It could be music, could be football, could be natural talents, could be numerics. It depends. So what I mean by that is that the foundation has been laid already, whereby we've been gifted these gifts and talents to express to the world why we are born and what we are carrying inside. And oftentimes you see that globally, people that are mostly celebrated are not really your academic individuals, but it's those that see things differently. It's those that push the narrative. It's those that step away from the status quo and defy the norms. So what I'm saying is that we as a nation should embrace this natural gifts and talents, and we should monetize on it, because the whole world is doing that and making a living of it. And that's my argument per se.
And when did you personally realize that creativity in Namibia is often treated as a side hustle rather than real work?
I've been in the creative industry for 15 years now, and with that notion also, I was prompted to invest in myself, in my skills, in my equipment, whether it is attending conferences, attending public lectures internationally. And then I saw my friends are basically making a living from using their mobile phones. Some of them live in the richest suburbs just by using their mobile phones and AI-generated apps to create reels, to create content, and they have monetized on it. So I'm asking myself, what are we doing as a nation? What are we doing as a country? What are we doing as people that are also gifted with the same devices? Yes, the demographic is different, but I realize that we can actually tap into the creative industry and monetize and make a living and make a significant impact in our generation.
And why do you think creative industries are still seen as hobbies, despite their visibility and popularity?
I believe my answer is in two parts. First and foremost, I also like to emphasize that creatives themselves should take themselves seriously. Number one, they should formalize their businesses, be it registration with the local authorities, such as BIPA, NAMRA, Social Security, and so forth, just to be taken seriously. Because in the corporate world, in the corporate world, the 8 to 5 world, there are legalities and there are procedures. As much as you're gifted and as much as you're talented, you also need to take your profession seriously by aligning yourself to the industry standards. So the creative individuals should really formalize themselves and tap into these formalities. On the second part of my answer, I would like to emphasize that creative individuals are often called to events, are often called to come showcase their talents, called to represent their country or events to showcase their products. But when it comes to payments, it's always a delay. When it comes to payments, it's always a budget constraint issue, budget constraint discussion. And this has prompted me to really open the dialogue and say that why is it that when you need us, we are present, we are available, and we deliver, we are on time. But when it's time to pay us, because the worker is due of his wages, when we are asking for our payments, we look like the people that are in the wrong. We look like we're enemies to the same institution that's supposed to empower us and support us. That's my answer.
Now, in your view, how much economic potential is Namibia losing by not fully investing in the creative sector?
I think, to be fair, this is also from my international exposure, billions. For one, the creative industry is a $1 trillion creative industry that one step in, it brings so much significant economical empowerment to the country, to the individual, to the GDP, and so forth. So I would say we're losing hundreds of billions, because if we don't embrace our own talented creative individuals, and these are your normal, ordinary copywriters, broadcasters, journalists, storytellers, freelancers, photographers, fashion designers. If we don't embrace them, the global world might capture these creative individuals and monetize and leave the country, and we will keep exporting our people to foreign countries because we're not embracing them ourselves. So that's what I'm saying.
And just finally, if Namibia treated creativity as a serious profession, what would success look like 5 years from now?
Success would look like changing the narrative, number one. I think growing up, I also want to just reference and narrow it down to my own experience. Growing up in high school, this was 16, 17 years ago, we never had creative role models. We never had creative individuals that were showing us or monetizing, or even we never aspired to be this what we are today. So I love what has transpired in the last 10 years, whereby we see now that normal photographers are buying cars, are buying houses in Namibia. Makeup artists are making a living. Fashion designers are showcasing their work globally. They are in demand. They are monetizing because they're also not waiting for policies. They're not waiting for the government. I love what we've been seeing in the past 10 years. The five years from now, it needs structure, it needs policies, it needs daring individuals that also not only make a living from it, but they really change the narrative so that our young people can have a new industry to look at and new aspirations to aspire to be. And I'm excited to see how Namibia and SADC and Africa can embrace the new wave of creativity that is flowing within us. And I'm just excited to see that I was part of this, I was part of history at this point in time.